Welcome over to Automotive World, everyone. I'm your host, William Mystery, and tonight we have some more recall news. This one is regarding Ford. This is regarding the F-150. Ford, in the last few years, and especially this year, has been very much on top of having the most recalls. This one, however, though, this is interesting because we have a recall affecting more than 500,000 Ford F-150 units. However, it's from model year 2014. This is not, like I said, this is not the first time we've seen a Ford recall. The fact that we have 500,000 2014 units being potentially recalled here, this is not good. So we have the recall down here. We're going to talk about it. We have a recall, and it's going on about unexpected downshifts that can cause a loss of control. The vehicle 2014 F-150s unexpectedly downshifting into first gear, which may result in a loss of control of the vehicle, increasing risk of crash or fire. This is at random speeds, especially. Also, this can happen at highway speeds. This is not good for a lot of reasons because, number one, when you shift in the first like that, obviously there's a ton of safety concerns that you have. Obviously, you're going to lose control of the vehicle. Also, too, you're going to blow up your gearbox. So that's going to cause a lot of damage and also injury as well. When you go at a certain type of speed into first like that, you'd be surprised. You still might, things in that gearbox are going to blow up. Things may actually, it can hit you. You can actually get physically hurt from this. Now, we have here from the Ford Motor Company, this is a powertrain component, 2014 F-150s. Potential units affected, 552,188. That is over 500,000 Ford F-150s. Now, I'm not surprised by the amount because F-150 is generally the best-selling, truck in the world and the best-selling vehicle in the United States. It's been like that for like 30 to 50 years. This is big, though. 500,000 2014 F-150s. Not only that, people who have a 2014 F-150, think about it. That's a long time. There might be, second, third-hand owners. They might not get these, they might not check their mail and things. When you have that many units and this old of a vehicle, that's not only a safety concern, but it's a concern of just how many people are actually going to bring in a 2014 F-150 for a recall. We're saying there's over 500,000 units here affected, but we might only have 100,000 people bring in their F-150. And so there might be still 400,000 other F-150s from 2014 out there affected by that recall. And so this is really, really huge. Over 500,000 units affected. And the Ford Motor Company is recalling certain 2014 F-150s. A little bit more than certain, but we'll go with that. And it is a loss of signal between the transmission output shaft speed sensor and the power control module, which can cause the transmission to unexpectedly downshift into first gear regardless of vehicle speed. This, like I said, is very dangerous because even if you're in the neighborhood and you're driving, 20, maybe 30 miles an hour, maybe you might be in second or third gear, that's still going to hurt the transmission. You're going to hear some bangs. Things are going to blow up in there. That's going to cause, loss of control and just blow up the transmission. But think about it. This can happen regardless of the vehicle speed. So you might be on the highway doing anything from 50 to 60, 70, 80, 90, maybe even 100 miles an hour on the highway. At least 70 to 80. If you're going from 70 to 80 and this vehicle, for some reason, goes into first, you're losing control. You're going to hear a really loud bang. Your transmission is going to blow up. And like I said, you might have some parts fly in your face. That is extremely, extremely dangerous. Especially, too, regardless of the speed, if you're towing. Because now, not only if you're towing and you lose control, but now you have more mass. So now you've got a trailer that would be out of control. It's going to take you longer to brake just because of science and physics. This is really, really dangerous for so many reasons. Ford, however, does have a remedy. Dealers will update the power control module software free of charge. Owners are going to get notification letters mailed out by July 1st of 2024. However, if owners have questions, you can contact Ford customer service. You can go on the website. You can visit HTSA. or you can also go down to your local Ford dealer. Now, here's the thing. With that remedy, because as you guys know, we covered a remedy a while ago. Ford had to recall a recall they did on, I believe it was the Escape, because it was for the cracked fuel injector or cylinder, something like that. And Ford didn't actually replace it, but they put a software update to put the car into limp home mode, but they didn't actually replace the cracked fuel injector head or cylinder head. Now, from what I'm seeing, a loss of signal between transmission output shaft, speed sensor, and power control module. Ford is saying they're going to update the module. Maybe it is just an update, but I also wonder too, is it really more so of an update, or is it actually maybe the sensor itself has gone bad? So Ford's going to issue an update, and hopefully that should fix it. I hope it does, because that's a serious issue. But I have a feeling, I don't know, I have a feeling, I feel like it might be more than an update that's going wrong. I feel like it might actually be like a physical component might be maybe wearing down faster than Ford intended it to when they do their testing on these vehicles. That is Ford's update right now. I'm not saying they're going to recall the recall for this to, because they improperly did it. I'm not necessarily implying that. I'm just saying I've seen that. The way they wrote this and the way it's been written, that's kind of how the first one sounded. But so like I said, I hope really though Ford, this is the actual remedy, because this is a serious issue. This really is a serious issue for so many reasons. The fact that this can happen regardless of vehicle speed. So I'm not saying Ford is going to intentionally do that. I just really though hope that this recall does get resolved. Especially to this being another dent, another recall that doesn't make Ford look good. And this one's even worse because, there's a lot of loyal Ford owners out there who, will obviously, love to talk about Ford and the reliability. And then you have a recall like this come out on a model that's from 2014, 10 years old. That's a decade ago. And it's not like it's a little recall. This is a powertrain recall. This is a serious recall that can really get people injured or killed. And this is over 500,000 units. This is really a serious recall. Not only for those owners, but for this owners, they may feel unsafe. And also, new owners might be looking at this and they may be like, wow, what if my Ford 10 years from now has a recall like that? This is really, really serious. So I really hope Ford does get this under control. That is going to do it for now, though. Before we obviously end our video, obviously I always love to talk about this, but any of you who are, and I'm sure there's tons of you out there, because Ford F-150 is a really good selling vehicle, usually the best selling vehicle. Any of you guys and girls who do own a Ford F-150, whether it's current year, but especially if you own a 2014 F-150, let me know what you guys and girls think of this down below. Have you, let me know if your vehicle is, one of the ones that are issued for this recall, or do you have concerns about maybe even if your vehicle hasn't been necessarily been part of this recall, are you still affected? Maybe those issues can happen to you. Let me know what you guys and girls think down below. That is going to do it for now, though. And like always, thanks for watching, everyone.